Hello there, welcome back to Schwesing Bahnhof. We have mowed all our grass fields, we've just about rowed them all, and now the task of picking up all this grass is about to start. I didn't record any of the mowing and the rowing because we did do a lot of that in a recent video making bales. You've probably seen enough of that for the time being. We'll get this folded now, we've done it all. These ones next to us aren't ours, but all the ones that are ours we have done. I'll show you on the map real quick. 16, 17, 18, 15 and 48 down here have all been mowed and rowed, ready for picking up. So we've got 11 acres of mowed grass there, 7.9 there, 9.5 there, 13 there, 9.19 there. Oh, that bit is included. Well, we've not done that. Letting it grow, letting it bloom as a wild meadow. Something for the bees to enjoy. So we'll head on back to the farm and we will pick up our forage wagon and set to work picking all this up. We'll probably start with the furthest away field, whichever feeling is the southern one. If we turn left down here, we will pass a familiar site, which would be our summer barley field. Looks like it's doing pretty well. Some of the rye fields look like they've taken a bit of a battering over the winter months. But that spring barley's looking particularly good, and the silage maize next to it is looking well as well. Squeeze between that sign. Other than that, there's not much else to really report. We got our bunker going in our previous episode. Last time you saw the farm, got our bunker, our BGA going. It's running now as we speak. Loaded it up this morning again. All the cattle's doing well. Our bulls are still in there. We'll know in a few weeks' time if we are going to be expecting calves from the final few cows that had no luck with artificial insemination. And really it's onto weed control and waiting for harvest. Probably get another grass cut in before then as well. This one today I'm thinking we're going to use purely for the BGA. Next one will probably be for hay. And then after that we'll have our silage maize. And we'll probably produce a lot of that. It does go a long way. And we'll just sort of play that by ear, maybe split it. One bunker by the BGA and one of the bunkers closer to the main farm to use for animal feed. Let's get this in here. Turn off that beacon now as well. We'll get this parked up and we'll get ready. Oh, our forage wagon is already ready for us. Now I think it does have silage additive in it, which is a bit of a mistake, because in the game silage additive boosts your yield. I think it's meant to be an abstract representation of adding silage additive to silage that's used for feeding cattle, adding like a preservative to it to maintain its nutritional value for the cattle. We wouldn't want that in silage that is purely being fermented to go in the BGA, but there's no way of removing it from the trailer, so we're just going to pretend it's not there. I did say the southern field, so let's head down that way. Whoa! Nearly lost the trailer. Good start. We thought we'd take out the class because whilst it is overpowered for this job, it does make short work of driving down the roads, can pick up speed quick, can go pretty fast. It won't get sluggish behind a wagon full of grass forage. So it should make short work of this job, is what we're hoping anyway. There's no real need for hope. There's no doubt it should make short work of this job. It's, I think, so around 500 horsepower. Got our sugar beets to our left there. They're looking pretty well. There is a patch you can see. It didn't germinate. This field to our right's not ours. And we are clear. Alright, let's get in. Get the header lowered. Get the trailer turned on. Let's get picking up this grass. We'll try and go around the headlands first so we're not trampling over these rows. Goes a freight train. This is a horse farm next door to us now. No, well, not a horse farm. They don't farm the horses, do they? But I can't think of what the word would be for it. It's an equestrian centre, maybe. A little bit of mist down there in the lower area of the field. Alright, lift the pickup. Don't want to damage it. Driving backwards with it down. Try and swing around onto this row here. It's a bit of a funny little field, funny little pasture, this one. It's got this sort of windbreak in the middle there. And it is all fenced in. We could think about putting cattle in here in the future. I guess it must have been used for that in the past with the fencing around the side. Not all fields around here are fenced in. Right, we'll see how long it takes to hear my dog there, maybe. We'll see how long. Say we don't want to trample the grass too much, and here I am, but got to do it to get into position to get on this row. We'll see how long it takes us to fill this trailer. How many trips it'll look like we're doing. You say though, one up the side there, one across, one down here. Getting to 40%. That'd be like three and a bit rows through the middle here. So maybe 2 trailers for this side, trailer and a half that side maybe, just as a guess. Don't know how I'm going to get that with it butting up to the fence there. Let's drive onto this next row. Again, same problem here with this fence as well. End up with our rows pretty much butting up against it, and you can't do really anything to pick them up. In fact, I think I mowed this field and I just didn't even bother going into the corner there. This was one I did. I should remember. It was only this morning that I did it. Yeah, nearly 50% full. Gets quite steep there. But this class, no problem for it at all. Like I say, overpowered for the job really, but we've not used it for a while. I think Uncle Clements wanted it for field work, ploughing, cultivating, mulching, that kind of thing. And also its ability to get around quick, hauling big heavy trailers, so put it to good use at harvest time, I think, running backwards and forwards. It also does the nifty trick of the cab being able to spin around. So if you wanted to run an implement on the back that you would use going forwards usually. Can't think what that would be off the top of my head. I'm sure someone will comment with what one of those, what something like that would be, what we could use that for. But yeah, if you had an implement, like we got no PTO or anything on the front, if you pop that implement that's meant to go on the front on the back of this, you can spin the cab around. And we'll get this bit here. I think this trailer holds close to 50,000 litres. And we're getting there. On our way to being full. There we go. We're full. Right, let's head to the bunkers. Sort of cut the corner there a little bit. Yeah, there's our sugar beets. On the left coming up is our rye field. There is. You see some withered patches in there as well. See all the weeds we sprayed. Rye again on our right here. You might have noticed from the outdoor camera, I did make a mistake doing the rye field. I planted the rye field and I set the tram lines to the wrong distance apart, so they're quite close together. But you know, you learn from your mistakes. Everyone gets one mistake with that. we won't turn in there because it is a bit tight. I'm going this way, closer to the bunker that we're going to use today, the new ones. Oh, there we go. And here are our new bunkers. So I'm going to swing this way now and back in. Let's get it unloaded. There we go, first one done. Right, we'll get back to the field and we'll probably time-lapse the rest of this, or most of this. See how we get on. Oh, I'm in the drainage ditch. And we are done. That was close to 490,000 litres of grass now being compacted. Once that's all compacted, we will get a sheet over it, and that will be our supply for our biogas plant for the foreseeable. If you can't tell, my gum is swollen, so I'm speaking funny now. I'm going to keep this short because I rambled for about 20 minutes at the start of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.